Muslim is also a big Talmud Chacham. So one day, they see the Rebbe going to a circus. Stelzen for in Europe, of Yitzhak Pettigberg, one of the daily Hador, waiting in line and going to a circus. Who goes to the circus? Who goes to the Polvanim, the Polvakim, the Socialim, who knows? Who goes to all these? No, like, yeah, this tzaddik is going to a circus. What does he go to see? He doesn't go to all the stands. He watches this person walking on a tightrope. He sees this man walking on a tightrope. How do you walk on a tightrope? Tightrope, you have a right. So he has to balance himself as he walks. And if he makes a mistake in the balance, he has his special shoes that keep on there, but with all the special shoes you want, you have to be balanced. You'll see that they go like this. It has to be balanced in order to be able to walk through the rope. So, yes, Rebbe, he said, Tzadikim yelchu bo u'rasham yakoshim. Everybody deserves from Rosh Yeshiva. Everybody may live long. Everybody goes on a tightrope. If you're a tzaddik, you'll pull through. In a rush, you'll fall down. In other words, the tzaddik and the rush have to go through the same pattern. You can't say you'll be saved in life from nisyonos if you. Hashem sends nisyonos. And if you did the work right, well, maybe sometimes you do work wrong. You have schuyot min hashamayim. But we're talking about in the normal way. Tzadikim yelcha bo rishon pasuk. So therefore there's a need for, in the balance of life, of moving, what to do. We mentioned the Tosfos. Godol Metzuvo Seveinu. Piresh. What's the mile of Metzuda Vosa? Piresh. The mahus, the essence of the tzaddik, or the religious man, or the Talmud Chacham is what? He's ready to change his internal being. So we mentioned yesterday, if we think of the mahus of the internal structure, the being of Amavinu, of Ofa ve'efer, in that sense, any way he turns, is the past or the future. In the past, in the sense that if he is earth, dirt, Ofar, so then, right now it's nothing. It has a future, but the past is nothing. If he's Efer, he had a Tzura, and now it's nothing. So whatever he has, and the two kitzvot, whatever he has, it's always in a state of being of be able to either build from it or destroy what he has. He can build, if he's Ofar, he can build a tzemach or clay or pottery, or he can be Efer in the sense he can destroy what he has and come to nothing. He's not afraid of keeping what he has and the structure and the form that he has. He's ready to change for the matorah of doing Ratzon HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We think of Armour Avinu, and Hashem comes down to discuss with him about Sodom. And we want to see the internal structure, how Armour Avinu look, or seeing how he looks at Sodom. And they're judging 50, 45, 30, 35, 30. How many people? On the offer of Efer, please. We see that there's needed for a decision, to make a decision, a life decision. Do you save or don't you save? Until he reaches a point that, that really, there's no 10, there's no real kiyum. So that's the case then, how it goes. Amravin agrees. He doesn't, after 10, there's no 10, he starts bargaining and maybe there's 3, maybe there's 5. Just like Rabbi Akiva, starting Yeshiva with 5, maybe 3. 3 is a, Torah can have 3 in Mezuman and 3, maybe 2 chavrusas that can build like a zug. There's a certain point where, and there's no taina on Amavino. Why didn't you ask for more? There's a certain cutoff point. At a certain point you do ask, you change. At a certain point, in the value judgment, that this miyut that there is kamandalesa. The miyut is kamandalesa. Or doesn't have a schoskiyim, or can't be built from it. But the basic structure of Amavino, if I would translate it in different ways, I would say, does Amavino have the flexibility to move, to bounce back? Or once he's in a pattern, is he stuck? Well, he doesn't change. 1 + 1 is 2 is eternity. It doesn't change. The rules of the Torah never change. Application, the understanding, the depth, okay, that can move. And that's what's meant by Shudoyek Tomid Lavato Yipsul L'Kayim Mitzvah. He has a kav. His kav is what? L'Kayim Mitzvah. How? What? He's ready to change, to move. What I gained today was to explain that an offer is way, but also offer is a flexible position. It's a position of action. It's a position not of dead and out, but it can move. It's part of the gather of Doyek Tom Lavato Yitzul Kayim Mitzvah's Borough. There's also a gemish part, a movement part. It's not a part that you're down and you're nobody, but it's a flexible part that, because man in life, as I gave you the example, life by definition means change. Life by application, new stories, new ideas, new nisyonos. And again, tzadikim yelcha b'Hashem kashluma. And therefore a person has to pray. So yigrum hachet, like Yaakov, okay, you know all the rules, but maybe you're not up to par. Maybe a week ago you're up to par. 1,500 years you're up to par. But today you fell down in part A or part B. Okay, so you have to work. You have to always constantly keep up. It says in Chayvus Halvavas that no person does not stay stationary. You go up or down. To keep yourself stationary means you have to work hard to keep yourself where you are. A person who plays professional violin, if he doesn't practice every day, so he's off key. Person who doesn't learn every day, he gets off key. He has a lot of Yiddish. I heard from Rav Shurkin Zeker that when he got to America, he said, look, he met a lot of Gedolei Yisrael, and already, since they're out of learning, they're not Madama Milsa properly. Going in the door. If you're in shape, you do. So, there's a lot of factors that are. But the more important aspect of the story is that it gives a flexibility. It gives a Ofer Vefer is a way in which to grow. And we'll translate it in terms of the Tosfos, Doeg Tomi Lavatal Yisrael. Besides Ofer Ve'efer, he has to be Doeg. There's a da'aga that he's ready at any time to be Ofer Ve'efer and to make sure he'll do Avodas Hashem. Doesn't mean he has to do it. That was one of the kashas yesterday. He's always down. No. There are places where he doesn't have to, but he's always doing and ready to be flexible, and he has the ability to give up. If you go to a real businessman, and he goes to a business deal, he has to be able to say no. He has to say, you got to take the, not only all yes, he has to say, there's a point where he says no, and And that's the end of the deal. And he goes out without a deal, and he lost investigation. A lot of people, businesses spend a lot of money to make their project what they want to buy, or then they spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. At the end, they come out, this project is not feasible, and they just take that few $100,000 and it went down the tubes. Nothing happened with it. But thank God they spent the $200,000 that they didn't have to invest another $1 billion in the project. There has to have an ability to say no. That's off of Eifer, the ability, the flexibility. But it has to be doeg that whatever you're going to do, you have flexibility to do Ratzon Hashem. What is the Ratzon Hashem? In this place and time? Well, the off of Eifer concept has to be, it can't be a one way or this way. Then you get stuck. They say because of the anvenusai of Shimon HaKulati, okay, we lost. He wasn't flexible. He held on his ground. Or the other way around. If you held that way, I don't know, certain times you have to hold the strength. You got to know when you and when not. That's the seichel. But that flexibility of the Eifer that the man has to have to do Ratzon Hashem has to be there. It can't be a non-flexible, a dogmatic way. And even in halacha, you have a harashah. Rosh is a parsha in the Torah. Oh, you need the strength, whatever, but there is such parshas. There's rules and regulations, but there is such thing. So I just want to mention that I wanted to move it to the dimension of not just a dead weight guy, but it's a flexibility that has vibrancy and turns to life in breaking one's yetzer, and also to be able to live with the time in order to know what to do and how to do. And when it came to Armour, was able to use that off Eifer to be able to ask Hashem. Instead of 50, maybe there's 45. He gave him the strength to be flexible in the sense that he's able to ask for less than 45. And to judge, there's a certain point he cuts off. Certain points he backs down, not all the time pushing, certain time you back down, you say no. Any questions? You had a question.
You're right, but businessmen, sometimes they spend money and they're ready to lose it. They don't spend it in hope they'll make it. They spend it just to find out what's good to go forward.
Yeah, but they don't put money up unless they think they're going to win, don't they? No businessman, he knows, he puts on the chance and he's ready to take the chance. But what his adventure ratio can't be, he's always taking advantage. He has to figure out how he's going to win. He doesn't want the money out and just to find out yes or no. He figures 90% he's going to win, or not, and he puts the money out and he finds out that it's not worth it at the end. He made a cheshbon. He's always going to win, but how much he's going to win is worthwhile. So then he pulls back. Not that he just invests in it and he has these whims today and whims tomorrow. Yes?
In corporate planning, when they first start a corporation, they want to define their profit and where it's going to go. They do things like that to test out where they're going to go.
Yeah, but they have to believe that they're going to go that way. It can't be that they're putting their money out and asking people for money and their own money on a possibility. They have to feel it's a probability and a good probability and it's going to work and have reasons why it works and they show you the market plan and there's the whole world there. That's the story. Okay.